Good morning. I actually just got back in my seat, so sorry for all of the shaking. I have a really interesting topic for everybody this morning, so I'm hoping that some folks will be able to tune in. If not now, then in a little while. But if you are here now, go ahead and drop me a hashtag live, or if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. That is always very much appreciated. And again, if you are watching this and I say something and you just like, yes, if you want to give me some applause emojis or some stars, some smiley faces. I see all of the comments in real time, even though I'm streaming from StreamYard, and it's just very encouraging. So any type of energy that you can give me, I appreciate it. And Tim is leading the way with some go Ruthies. So thank you, Tim, so much. And I've got a good morning already. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So this morning, I believe, yes, it was this morning, I was talking on Clubhouse. I was in a conversation and somebody kind of was just sharing something they're doing today. And they're like, yeah, I'm really busy building my brand, creating my brand. And then they tied it to, I'm getting my website set up. And this is actually a very common conflation that happens, especially when you're in these business owner groups and people are like, yeah, I'm creating my brand. And then they talk about, getting their logo created or setting up their website, which is, like I said, a very, very common mistake. Ricardo's admiring my setup here. Thank you so much. This is a real background because virtual green screens eat my hair. So I'm not a fan of that. So really, websites, logos, content, all of that is an expression of your brand. It is not your brand. It is kind of like for people, right? Our emotions, we express those and they can convey important things about us, but our emotions are not our actual selves. And I can't remember which live stream where I talked about that, but I know I definitely have one. So one of the, so you probably saw this if you saw the cover photo. I've just displayed on the screen a painter who is dipping a paintbrush into, a brown paint, but he's got, or she has a bunch of different colors to choose from. So the brand is you in essence, or at least the persona that you've created if it's more of a company brand. And so that would be the hand in this picture, right? So the hand is the brand, whether it's personal or like a company brand. And then these different paint buckets are the expression of your vision, of your brand, of the everything that you're trying to convey. And so when you talk to a painter, they don't say that like the canvas is it, like their vision, right? They don't say that the paint is their vision. They don't say that oils or watercolors or acrylics, like those are the vision. No, they have the vision inside of them, and the medium that they choose to use is the expression of that brand. And so that was kind of where I wanted to go with that one. So keep in mind, websites, logos, content is all expression. And so your brand should inform your expression. So when you're getting a website set up, when you're having your logo made, when you're out here creating content and you haven't, I'm not saying that from the jump at the beginning of your business, you need to invest in like a brand strategist or a brand developer, a brand creator. That is what I help people do. I'm not saying that you have to hire somebody right out the gate, because you should probably be focusing on getting sales right out the gate. But what I am saying is that you do need to sit down and go through some basic branding exercises to get your vision out on paper, because your brand will say, okay, these are the colors, these are the fonts, these are the images. Like that's what should happen. Your website should be informed by your brand. But if you are out here trying to create and express without actually getting your principles in order, you end up jerked around. You end up with a very helter-skelter kind of put together brand. And that's definitely not your goal. And when I say brand, I mean your brand values, your brand mission, your purpose, but also even your brand ethics. What do you stand for? What does your brand stand for? So it's like understanding, okay, my brand, part of my brand values are diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's woven into my brand. And as a result, I can make decisions that are informed by my brand. So I consistently use pictures where a wide array of people are displayed. When I post content, you don't just see Black people during Black History Month and, Asian people in May, which is, I believe, Asian and Pacific Islander History Month. Like, that's not what happens with my content, because diversity, equity, and inclusion is a value that's woven in throughout 24/7, 365 days of the year. Now, when you do have a brand that informs your website, your logo, and all of your content creation, and even other business decisions, because your brand should be the guiding star, your Polaris, if you will, for your brand or for your company or your organization. What's exhibited typically is a cohesiveness in the brand, and excitement in terms of like content creation and getting the message out, and consistency. When you love your brand, you are cohesive, you tend to be excited, and you tend to be consistent. I love my brand, and this is the second week in a row that I have gone live every single day, including Saturday and Sunday. I love my brand. My brand, I have it so well. Like I embrace it, and I feel like it embodies the very best of what I want to put out into the world. And as a result, I never run out of content ideas. I don't struggle to be consistent and come here and go live for you, or to write content, or to do my podcast interviews. I do not struggle with that. I am cohesive. What you see on LinkedIn may not be exactly what you see on TikTok, because they're two different platforms, but the pillars of my brand are present. And so when you do not have that type of brand informed strategy, you end up with a lack of cohesiveness. You are not excited about your content. You're sitting there wondering, what do I even post about? Is anybody watching? Does anybody care? Or if I do post that, what will people think? And then it is so easy for you to be inconsistent, because you do not have the cohesiveness, you do not have the faith in your brand, and you're just plain not excited. Right? So that was what I wanted to talk to you about today. So when you're thinking like, hey, I got to get my website up, I got to build my brand, that's not it. Your website and your logo and any of your content is an expression of your brand. So if you do not know what you and slash or your brand stands for, then you are probably going to struggle with this expression piece. And that's why I feel like the Build a Supernova brand program, that's the program I'm beta-ing right now. That's why I feel like it's so important, because we have so many people out here putting the cart before the horse. And we have a blog post on that. Tactics before strategy is what it's called on the defythestatusquo.com website. But we're putting the cart before the horse in terms of being like, yeah, I got to get out here and express. But people are not doing the work to actually create and develop and really understand their brand. And when you do that, you have everything you need to have a wonderful logo design that really expresses your values. Good logo designers will still struggle to create a logo for you if you are not clear on your purpose and your values and the emotions that you want to incite in other people. If you are not clear on those things, it can be difficult to create a logo that accurately represents you and or your organization. So that was really all I had for you this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. If you feel like you know someone who's maybe struggling with this, do feel free to share this live stream with them or tag them in the comments. And just a reminder, I've received a lot of interest for the Build a Supernova brand program, but I'm very specific about the people that I work with. I'm always checking to see if we're actually in alignment. So if you want to get one of the last spots in terms of the beta program before I close the beta and prepare for a full launch of the program, do send me a message. I have like 1 or 2 spots left that I'm looking to fill. So I'm more than happy to have the discussion with you if you think that you're ready to go from haphazard expression into informed expression and authentic expression of your brand. So this is Ruthie, and I will see you tomorrow.